Good morning, day 67. I am packing up in my dome. Getting everything organized to leave boots off. I'm going into the woods on an overnight, and I'm excited to sleep in the woods, but I'm a little nervous about my hike today. There's not a ton of water. I'm hoping to go 13 miles. And there's quite a bit of ascent, though apparently it's not super steep. It's like a nice, reasonable grade, but it's still a longer day for me with my full pack. It's 7:30. I really wanted to be hiking by now, but braiding my hair is self-care, so I'm taking the time to do it. It takes me a good 10 minutes to brush it all out and do it. So it feels like a time commitment in the morning when I just want to get started on my hike because it's a long one. All right, that's the weight of my pack. 23 pounds. There's hardly any water in it, so that's going to change. All right, I filled up 2 liters of water and now I'm almost at 26. And once I take off my long sleeve shirt, I will be going over. But I will also be drinking water. It's a long stretch with no water today. At Boots Off, there is some awesome atmosphere with this music. Thanks.
It is a joke. We gotta go, me on my own. We gotta go, pull people down by your ball, sweetest one, me on my own. Now we're going, well, have me fun on the bayou.
Awesome.
Jambalaya, crawfish, fried filet gumbo.
To get back to the trail, I must again traverse the driveway. That man who was playing the guitar, it's his job to greet the folks who come in to Boots Off, and just every now and then he's picking up a guitar and he's playing, and it's just really nice that when you're hanging out there you just hear his music and maybe sing along. And he was a really, really sweet person. All the folks who work there seemed really nice and welcoming, and I found it to be a really cool hostel. I enjoyed it. Sometimes the AT is a road. It is colder today than it's been in a while. It's 52 degrees out. So this level part around the lake means that I feel a little chilly. It's supposed to be a pretty sunny day. And I'm right beside the lake. There is a lot of honeysuckle here. Smells very good. These last 3 days, Magellan has this system of hiking where she stops every hour for just a few minutes, finds a log or a rock, takes a break, drinks water, eats some food, keeps it moving. Magellan knows that if they stick with that plan, that she hikes at a 1.5 mile an hour pace. And her hiking pace up hills is very similar to mine. The difference is that she just she is capable of keeping going even when it's steeper, and I need to stop more often. So yesterday, when we went over Pond Mountain, we did stop more because she knew that I might need that. But one thing that I noticed is that I'll just stop more and like observe flowers or take a video or picture of something and just take little breaks, which I really enjoy doing. I really like to be stopping and appreciating and looking at things, but I also really appreciated Magellan's sense of focus and the ability to steadily cover the miles and know how much time it would take. So I'm going to try to do a nice combination today since I'm trying to hike 13 miles. Stay focused to keep going and not dilly-dally too much, but still enjoy all the things along the way. This morning I talked to No Rush at Boots Off about the water situation on this stretch of trail. He was so helpful. He works at Boots Off and he has hiked this section of trail quite a few times. And I was concerned looking at far out about the water sources, and he confirmed my concern. So basically between my start and where I want to camp, there's one water source. So that's 13 miles, and the water source is kind of in the middle, which is nice. Rhododendrons. There's that funny sound again. It sounds kind of like an alien ship noise from the movies. Both a rhododendron tunnel and the weird sound. Do you see the baby geese? Look at them. There they go. They're, running away from me. As they should. Bye-bye. This spot right here is wow. This is Watauga Lake. So it got to be about an hour into my hike and I started feeling kind of tired and the trail is sloping up and my pack was feeling heavy, and I saw this nice log here. And so I was like, oh, I could sit down. And then I almost pushed on. And then I said, you know what, it's fine. I'm going to take a quick break and I'll just check and see how far I've been. And it's been an hour and I walked 1.5 miles. 3 days with Magellan has me trained. Out of place items found in the woods. Coming up on Watauga Dam. It's a cool spot at the dam. Look at all these good sitting rocks at the dam. It's a good thing it's time for a break. I'm going to take my hourly break. I was not expecting to do this. At this break, my second hour, I'm at mile 3.2. So I went 1.7, which is good because I'm about to do a lot of up. Leaving the lake, I will walk uphill for a while till I get to the ridgeline. So that'll slow me down. If you saw my video the day that I was at the Fontana Lodge, then you saw Gravedigger singing a song. He's from Germany. Love him. Anyway, I saw him last night at Boots Off Hostel, and I just saw him now at the dam. He hikes longer miles than I do, but he took a few days off. So he's passing me again. It was great to see him from a distance. He said, I would recognize those thick braids anywhere. Coming up from the dam, here is the up. These little baby evergreens, they are very cute. It's a little windy out today. Yay, downhill and a rhododendron tunnel. I'm at mile 4.5 for my day, exactly 3 hours in. That is Wilbur Dam Road. I don't see that there's any seating there, so I'm going to take a quick break here on this stump. After crossing Wilbur Dam Road, I'm entering Big Laurel Branch Wilderness in the Cherokee National Forest. Nearly 5 miles into my hike, I can still see the lake. It's a big lake. I think this flower is called fire pink, but I find it confusing because it doesn't look pink to me. And further up the ridge, and another lovely view of the lake. So I took a really short break, about half an hour after my last regular break, just because I was tired. It was a hill, it was an awesome rock. I didn't even take off my pack. And I'm feeling like I want to take a break. It's a bunch of up, but there is a view in point 2. And then I think after that, the ascent becomes a little less, like it's more mixed with, it's more up and down. And the wind out here, it's pretty cold. So I decided to push on to the view, take a lunch break and a shoes and socks break off there. And then I might put some more clothes back on so I'm not so cold. Well, I was really looking forward to sitting at this view spot and enjoying the view, but there's no view. I'm going to continue a little more and see if I can just find a patch of sun with a rock or a log. This is a lovely spot. I can see the lake a little bit, and there's a little bit of sun and a log. Enjoying some barefoot time. So I hiked 6.1 miles in 4.5 hours. So this last uphill part, I slowed down to 1 mile an hour, which is typical for me. So far today, my ascent has been 1785, and I have 6.9 miles left. I've been 6.1, and I have 1740 something to go. And I think that this day will be the longest day I've carried my pack. 13 miles. This is maybe my longest hike with my full pack, I think. So that's good. Exciting lunch today. It's my freeze-dried guacamole that Bubbles made for me. Just add water and it's good to go. I don't recall seeing this flower before. It's a really tall stalk. Nearly 9 miles into my hike, I can still see the lake. This is the view from Van Deventer's shelter. I can see the lake. Here's the Van Deventer shelter. Nobody here. Heading on down the trail. This view is through the trees, but it's pretty nice. I'm 11 miles from where I started today, and I can still see the lake a little bit. I feel like my tank is empty. It's 5:45 p.m. I think, and I have 1.2 miles left, and I keep putting food and water in my tank, but it just, nope. My body is like, what? No, we're not doing this. 12 miles is enough. Actually, 11 was really enough. The last mile has really been hard. Soon, it's going to be downhill, but I'm feeling the kind of tired where I have to be careful. Otherwise, I might trip. So I'm not sure how quick the downhill is going to be because I'll need to be cautious. This tree is on the trail. So there's this little workaround here. Thanks, Greg, and the rest of the Tennessee Eastman crew who made it possible to get through that. That is quite a mess, and it's easy to walk through now. Well, I'm wrapping up day 67. I am in my tent. It's a little after 8. I got to camp like maybe 6:40 p.m. and Badger was waiting for me, and he went and got my water. And Badger and Magellan are camped here. It's about 50 degrees. It feels cold. That was a very, very tiring day, and I think that's too much for me. I think I really need new shoes. My left knee was bothering me towards the end of the day. I'm at mile marker 441.8. It's a tent site with a spring. And I'm really excited about my plans for tomorrow, but I'm just going to put on my sleep clothes and go to sleep for now.